How did one small request at a party turn into papers being handed to me in a bright lobby while people watched? I thought I was saving face for one night. Why did he stay calm, collect proof, and end our marriage in public like I was just another file? My name is Avice Benner-Hale, and I always knew how to make a room look at me. I worked as a marketing coordinator for a home services company, and attention was part of my job. I told myself it was normal to want more of it in real life too. I still think that now, even if people would call it selfish. Ethan, my husband, did not understand that world. He was a civil engineer. He liked plans, quiet, and clean lines. He liked being steady. When I first met him, I said that steadiness felt safe. After years, I said it felt like a wall. I blamed him for my boredom, like it was a debt he owed me. That week, my office was buzzing about a rooftop party. It was a work event with drinks, music, and photos for social media. The kind of night where people decide who matters. I wanted to matter. I wanted to be seen as exciting, not as someone's wife who went home early. Cassie Ford, my best friend at work, leaned over my desk and asked if I was bringing Ethan. I said I was thinking about it. She rolled her eyes and said husbands at parties killed the vibe. She asked if I wanted to look like a married woman who clung to one man all night. I said I did not. I said I needed space to network. That word, network, was my shield. I used it for everything. If I flirted, it was networking. If I stayed late, it was networking. If I replied too fast to certain messages, it was networking too. Noah Klein messaged me around lunch. He was a photographer who showed up at the same clubs and events as my co-workers. He had a way of acting like we were already a secret. He sent a short note about the party and asked if I would be there. I said yes. He asked if I would be alone. I did not answer right away because I liked the feeling of holding the answer. Cassie noticed my smile. She asked who it was. I said it was nothing. She asked if it was that photographer again. I said he was just a friend who helped with work pictures. Cassie nodded like she understood the game. She said I should not waste my best years being invisible. I told myself that was support. I did not call it pressure. I did not call it poison. When I got home, the kitchen smelled like pasta sauce and dish soap. Ethan had already fed the kids. Graham was at the table with homework. Mila was drawing on scrap paper. Ethan was wiping the counter in his slow, careful way. I used to say it was sweet. That night, I decided it looked smug. Ethan asked how my day went. I said it was busy. He asked about the rooftop party again. I told him it was important for my career. He asked what time it started and what time it ended. I said he was asking like it was a police interview. He said he only wanted to plan for the kids. I told him he could handle one evening alone without acting like a victim. He looked at me for a moment, like he wanted to say something sharp. Then he didn't. He asked if I wanted him to come. I said I did not know yet. Graham asked if he could bring a snack to school the next day. I said yes without looking up. Mila asked if I would read to her at bedtime. Ethan glanced at me like he wanted me to answer. I said maybe, depending on work. Mila's face fell, and she tried to hide it by drawing faster. Ethan asked if I could give her 10 minutes later. I said I was tired, and everyone was always asking from me. That was one of my lines. Everyone was always asking from me. I said it like I was the only person who carried weight. After the kids went to their rooms, Ethan sat at the edge of the kitchen table and opened the wall calendar. He wrote something small and neat on a date near the party. I asked what he was doing. He said he was putting down a reminder. I asked what kind of reminder. He said it was personal. I told him he was being secretive now. He asked how that was different from me. I said it was different because I had reasons. He asked if we were okay. I said we were fine, and he was being dramatic. He said I seemed far away lately. I told him he was imagining things. I said he always did that when he felt insecure. He asked what he did wrong. I told him he was making it all about himself again. I watched him, and I felt a sting in my chest. Not guilt, not love. It was something like annoyance that he still wanted closeness. I wanted him to stop needing me so I could breathe. I also wanted him to keep needing me so I could feel powerful. I did not say that out loud, but it was true. Later, when I went to the living room, I saw his laptop on the couch. The screen showed a grid of numbers like a spreadsheet. There were columns and rows, neat and grey. No title, just a quiet, organised shape. He clicked the screen off when he noticed me. He asked if I needed anything. I said no. I said he was acting strange. He said he was just handling things. In the hallway, I noticed 2 mugs on the counter instead of 3. Mine was missing. It was a small thing, but it felt like a message. Ethan asked if I wanted tea. I said I did not. I said I had work to finish. I went to the bedroom and sat on the bed, but I did not open my laptop. I opened my phone. Noah messaged again and asked if I wanted to meet before the party to plan my look. I told myself it was harmless. I told myself Ethan had pushed me into needing this. I told myself a good husband would want his wife to feel wanted. I replied that I would see. A few minutes later, a sound came from Ethan's phone in the kitchen. A soft alarm tone. I heard him pick it up. He did not call my name. He did not ask for help. He just moved around, quiet. I walked out and asked what the alarm was for. He said it was a reminder. I asked what kind. He said it was for a drop-off. I asked a drop-off of what? He said paperwork, and his face stayed calm, flat, almost polite. I laughed a little and told him he was turning into an old man. He did not smile. He asked if I was going to be home on time this week. I said he was trying to control me. He said he was trying to plan the kids' mornings. I said he was using the kids as an excuse. He looked down at the counter like he was counting something in his head. Then he did something I did not expect. He walked to the calendar again, checked the time he wrote, and nodded once, like he confirmed a plan with himself. He did not explain it to me. That silence made me angry. I told myself he was punishing me. I told myself he wanted me to feel guilty. I told myself I should not let him win. I went back to the bedroom and typed a message to Cassie about the party. I said I needed the night to feel free. I said Ethan had been suffocating me. I said I might ask him to keep his distance, just for the night, so people would not treat me like a boring wife. Cassie replied fast and said that was smart. She said men respected women who acted like they had options. I stared at her message and felt a warm rush, like I was doing something brave. In the hallway, Ethan's steps were slow and quiet. I heard a drawer open, then a soft click like a lock closing. I stayed still and told myself I did not care. But I did care. Because a part of me knew that when Ethan stopped asking, he would start deciding, and I had always believed he would never decide anything without me. The next day, I acted like nothing happened. I woke up early and moved around the kitchen like I was calm. I packed the kids' lunches with the same hands I used to type messages I should not type. I told myself it was balance. I told myself women did this all the time. I told myself Ethan had no idea, so no one was getting hurt. Ethan came in while I was cutting fruit. He asked if I wanted coffee. I said yes, like we were fine. He poured it and slid the mug toward me, without looking for a smile. I asked if he was still upset about last night. He said he was not upset, just tired. I said he always got tired when I needed support. He asked what support I needed. I said I needed him to stop questioning my schedule. He nodded once and said he understood. That should have made me feel safe. Instead, it made me feel watched. When Ethan argued, I could fight back. When he agreed, I felt like I lost control of the room. At work, Cassie was already talking about outfits and photos. She asked if I would do a bold dress. I said I might. She asked if Ethan would be there like a shadow. I said he might come, but I would manage him. Cassie laughed and said I should train him like a puppy. I laughed too, because laughing kept me on top. Noah messaged again around mid-morning. He asked if I had time for a coffee near downtown. He said he had an idea for a look that would make people stare. I told myself it was about style. I told myself it was harmless to meet in public. I told myself Ethan had no right to complain when he never made me feel special. I texted Ethan that I had a late meeting after work. He asked where the meeting was. I said it was with a client. He asked which client. I said he was proving my point again. He replied that he just needed to know if he should pick up the kids. I said yes, and I added a smile emoji like that erased my tone. The coffee shop was bright and loud, full of laptops and soft music. Noah was already there, leaning back like he owned the place. When he saw me, he stood up and smiled in a way that felt like a secret. He asked if I was nervous about the party. I said I was excited. He said a woman like me should never look taken. I said it was complicated. He asked if Ethan was coming. I said Ethan wanted to come. Noah said that sounded annoying. He said couples at work parties looked sad. He said people saw a wife and stopped seeing a person. I nodded like he was wise. Noah asked if Ethan was the jealous type. I said Ethan was controlling, not jealous. I said he acted calm but judged me. I said he made me feel small. Noah said I did not seem small. He said I seemed like someone who deserved fun. I let myself glow under that sentence, like it was medicine. He asked what I wanted from the party. I said I wanted to be remembered. I said I wanted people to see me as more than Ethan's wife. Noah said I should act like I was single. He said I should keep Ethan at a distance if he came. He said it would be cleaner if people assumed I was free. I told Noah that sounded harsh. He asked if I really cared about harsh. I said I cared about my career. He said then I already had my answer. When I left, I kept my receipt instead of throwing it away. I do not know why. Maybe a part of me wanted proof that it was just coffee. Maybe a part of me knew I was building a story for later. Back at home that evening, the kids were doing their routines. Graham was brushing his teeth and talking about a math quiz. Mila was in pajamas, holding her stuffed animal. Ethan was in the hallway with a laundry basket. He asked how my meeting went. I said it was productive. He asked if I ate dinner. I said I grabbed something quick. He looked at my face like he was reading it. I asked what he was staring at. He said he was not staring, just listening. I told him he always listened for problems, because he liked being right. He said he did not like being right. He said he liked us being okay. I felt a sharp need to crush that calm tone. I told him I needed him to understand something before the party. He asked what? I said the party was work, not a date. I said I needed space to talk to people. Ethan said he understood. I said I needed more than understanding. I said I needed him not to cling. He asked what clinging meant. I said it meant following me around like I was his property. He asked if I thought he treated me like property. I said yes sometimes. I said he used the marriage like a leash. Ethan went quiet. He asked if that was how I truly felt. I said it was how I felt lately, and feelings mattered. He asked what I wanted him to do at the party. I said I wanted him to be friendly, but not attached. I said I did not want people thinking we were some boring couple. Ethan asked if I was ashamed of him. I said no, and then I added that he should not make it about his ego. Graham came out of the bathroom and asked if we were fighting. I smiled too fast and said we were not fighting. Ethan told Graham that everything was fine and asked about the quiz. Graham answered, but his eyes moved between us like he was tracking weather. After the kids went to bed, I went to our room and tried on outfits in front of the mirror. I sent pictures to Cassie. She said I looked expensive. She said I should not let Ethan stand next to me in photos. She said people would assume I was settled. I said I could not look settled. I said I was not that kind of woman. Ethan knocked once and came in. He asked if I had a minute. I said I was busy. He asked if we could talk calmly. I said calmly was his trick, because calm made him look innocent. He said he did not want tricks. He said he wanted clarity. He asked if there was someone else. I laughed and asked if he was serious. He said he was serious. I said he was insecure. I said I was tired of being accused. He said he was not accusing, just asking. I said asking was accusing when it came from him. He looked down at his hands, then he walked to the dresser and opened it. I saw a stack of papers inside a plain folder, but he did not show me anything. He took out a small key and put it on his ring. I asked what that was. He said it was just a new key. I asked for what. He said for storage. I told him he was being dramatic again. He said he was being organized. I said organization was his way of controlling the world. He said he could not control me, and he was done trying. That sentence landed wrong in my body. I wanted him to chase me. I wanted him to prove he cared. I wanted him to beg me to stay close. Instead, he sat on the edge of the bed and asked what time I planned to leave for the party. I said I would leave after work. He asked if I wanted him to meet me there. I said yes, but I said it like it was a favor. He nodded and went to the hallway. I heard him open the locked drawer again. I heard the same soft click. Then I heard a printer hum for a moment, like it started to work, then stopped. I stared at my phone and waited for Noah to message again, because that was the only place I felt fully seen. When his message came, it was short. He said he could not wait to see me unattached, just for one night. I typed back that I would handle it. I told myself that made me strong. In the dark, Ethan's side of the bed stayed perfectly flat, like he had already decided where his body belonged. The party night came fast. I got ready like it was a performance, not an event. I chose a dress Cassie called dangerous, and I told myself that meant powerful. I said I deserved one night where people saw me first, not my marriage. Ethan texted and asked what time I wanted to leave. I said I would go straight from work. He asked if he should pick up the kids earlier. I said yes and told him not to make it a big deal. He replied that he would handle it. His words looked neutral on the screen, and that annoyed me more than anger would have. At the office, Cassie kept circling my desk like a stylist. She said my hair looked perfect. She asked if I was wearing my ring. I said I did not know. She said I should keep it off, just for pictures. I said it was only a ring, not a prison. She laughed and said I was learning. Noah sent a message in the afternoon and asked if I was coming alone. I said Ethan would be there, but I had a plan. Noah replied with a flame emoji and said he liked a woman with a plan. I told myself that was harmless flirting. I told myself Ethan had forced me to need this kind of attention. I arrived at the rooftop venue first. The elevator doors opened into loud music and bright lights. The city looked clean and far away, like a movie background. People from work were already there, holding drinks and phones up like the night mattered, only if it was recorded. Cassie ran to me and pulled me into a group photo. She asked where Ethan was. I said he was coming, but he would not be in the way. Cassie said good and asked if I wanted to reset my brand. I said yes. I liked how it sounded, like my life was a product I could improve. I did not wear my ring. I told myself it was for networking. I kept repeating that word until it felt true. Noah appeared near the bar, like he belonged there. He had a camera strap on his shoulder, but he was not working. He was watching. He came close and asked if I wanted a drink. I said I would get one myself. He asked if Ethan knew I was there already. I said Ethan knew enough. Noah asked if I was nervous. I said no. He said I looked like someone who did not answer to anyone. I smiled because that was the version of me I wanted to be seen. Then I saw Ethan stepping out of the elevator. He looked good. That made me angry, because I wanted him to look small tonight. He wore a dark shirt and clean shoes. He scanned the room once, like he was checking exits. Then he walked toward me without rushing. Cassie saw him and made a face. She came to my side and asked if he was really staying. I said I would manage it. Cassie said husbands ruined pictures. I said Ethan would not ruin mine. Ethan reached me and asked if I was okay. I said I was fine. He asked if I wanted him to get me water. I said no. He asked who I had talked to so far. I said he was interrogating me again. He said he was just trying to be part of my world. That sentence hit me wrong. I did not want him in my world tonight. I wanted him to be a quiet detail, like a coat check. Noah came up behind me and asked if this was Ethan. I introduced them with a light tone. Noah asked what Ethan did. Ethan said he was an engineer. Noah nodded and said that sounded stable. He looked at me like stable was an insult. I smiled back like we shared a joke. Ethan asked if Noah was working the event. Noah said he was just around. Ethan asked how we knew each other. I said we knew each other through work circles. Ethan said he had never heard Noah's name before. I said that was because Ethan never listened to my work life. Cassie pulled me away and said we needed to do the main group photo. I let her drag me, and I left Ethan standing there like a misplaced guest. I told myself he deserved it for acting like he owned my time. In the photo, Cassie positioned me in the middle. She told me to tilt my chin up. She asked Ethan to stand somewhere on the side. People laughed like it was cute. I laughed too because laughing kept me safe. Ethan did not laugh. He just stood where they pointed. After the photo, Ethan came closer again. He asked why I pushed him away. I said he was making me look married. He asked if being married was shameful. I said no, but I said tonight was about my career and my connections. He asked what that meant for him. I said it meant he should not cling to me like a security blanket. His face changed, slow. He asked if I wanted him there at all. I said yes, but I said it like a correction, not an invitation. He asked what I wanted from him tonight. I said I wanted him to be friendly, then stepped back. He asked if I wanted him to pretend we were not together. I said yes, and I said it like it was common sense. He stared at me. He asked if I heard myself. I said he was being dramatic again. I said confident men did not need a label in public. I said it was just one party. I said he should be mature. Ethan asked if I would ask this if my boss was here. I said yes. That was a lie. I would never ask that of anyone who could affect my paycheck. I only asked it of the person I thought could not leave. Ethan asked if there was someone else. I laughed and told him he was paranoid. I said he was ruining my night with his insecurity. He said he did not want to ruin anything. He said he wanted honesty. I told him honesty was not the point. I told him the point was how things looked. Noah drifted close again, like he smelled tension. He asked if everything was okay. I said it was fine and said Ethan was just tired. Noah asked if Ethan needed to go home. I said Ethan could decide that for himself. I said it loud enough for a couple co-workers to hear. One co-worker lifted a phone and started recording a short video. Cassie shouted for everyone to cheer. Someone asked me to dance. I said yes. I stepped into the crowd and let the music swallow me. For a few minutes, I forgot Ethan existed. I moved like I was proving something. Noah came close and matched my rhythm. I told myself it was harmless. I told myself it was just a dance. I told myself Ethan had no claim on my body if he had not made me feel wanted lately. Ethan stood near the edge of the group. He did not push in. He did not grab my arm. He did not shout. That should have made me feel safe. Instead, it made me feel unseen in a different way. I wanted a reaction so I could call him the villain. His calm stole my script. When the song ended, I went back toward him with a practiced smile. Ethan asked if I was having fun. I said yes and asked why he looked so serious. He asked if this was what I meant by space. I said yes, and I said he could either accept it or embarrass me. He looked past me at Noah, then back at me. He asked if I would come home with him after. I said I did not know. I said I might stay longer to talk to people. He nodded once, like he was saving the answer somewhere. He reached into his pocket and his phone buzzed. He glanced at the screen and turned it down. I asked who it was. He said it was nothing, just a reminder. I said he had a lot of reminders lately. He said he was trying to stay organized. I told him organization was his comfort blanket. He did not argue. Then he asked one last thing. He asked if I wanted him to leave. I paused, because a part of me wanted him to fight for me. I wanted him to say no and pull me close. I wanted to punish him and be desired at the same time. I did not give him that chance. I said yes. I said he should go if he could not handle a normal work event. I said he was making it awkward. I said he was acting like a victim again. Ethan nodded like he accepted instructions at a job site. He said he would not make a scene. He said he hoped I got home safe. I rolled my eyes and told him I did not need a babysitter. He walked toward the elevator. I expected him to look back. I expected him to hesitate. He did not. The doors opened, and he stepped in without drama. The doors closed, and his face disappeared like a light shutting off. Cassie rushed to my side and asked if he really left. I said yes and told her he chose to abandon me. Cassie said that was on him. Noah said quietly that it was better this way. I told myself that too. A few minutes later, my phone buzzed with a notification. A party video had been posted, and I was tagged. In the clip, I was laughing in the center, and Ethan was a dark shape near the edge, already turning away. I woke up the next morning with my phone still in my hand. The party tag was there like a stain I could not wash off. I watched the clip again and again. In it, I looked bright and happy. Ethan looked like a shadow near the edge, already turning away. I told myself the video proved he was cold. I told myself it proved he abandoned me. When Ethan came into the kitchen, he did not ask about the party. He asked what time school started. He asked who was picking up Mila. He asked if Graham had his gym shoes. I said he was acting like nothing happened. He said he was trying to keep the morning normal. I said normal was his way of avoiding problems. He asked if I got home safe. I said yes and asked why he did not answer my texts. He said he went to bed early. I said he left me in front of everyone. He said he left because I asked him to. I told him he was twisting it. He said he was repeating my words. That made me angry, because it sounded like truth without emotion. I said he should have fought for me. He said he did not want to fight in public. I said he did not fight at all. He said he was not going to compete for basic respect. I started building my story right away. I messaged Cassie and said Ethan punished me by leaving. Cassie replied with a string of angry emojis and said he was childish. I sent the party clip to a few co-workers and said I could not believe he walked out. I did not mention the part where I told him to pretend we were not together. I left that out because it ruined the picture I was painting. At school pickup, the line was long and slow. Parents stood by their cars and talked in small groups. I liked that space because it was easy to control what people saw. I stepped out, smiled, and made my voice sound light. When another mom asked how my weekend was, I said it was fine, but Ethan had been moody. I said I was trying to keep the peace for the kids. I said it with a sigh that sounded practiced. Ethan arrived a few minutes later to pick up the kids too, even though we usually took turns. He stayed near the sidewalk and did not come close to my car. He nodded politely at a teacher and thanked her for something. The teacher smiled at him. That bothered me. I wanted people to see him as the problem, not as a calm dad. Graham ran out first. He looked at both of us like he was checking which version of the day he would get. Ethan asked how school was. Graham said it was okay and asked if he could go to his friend's house later. Ethan said they would talk about it at home. Mila came out and went straight to Ethan's side. She grabbed his hand like it was an anchor. My chest tightened, but I turned it into anger. In the car, Graham asked why Dad slept in the guest room. I said Dad needed space because he was upset. Graham asked if Dad was mad at me. I said Dad got mad when he did not get his way. Graham looked out the window and got quiet. Mila asked if we could all eat dinner together. I said yes, even though I did not mean it. That evening, my mother invited us to a family dinner at a restaurant. She said we needed to reset the energy. I knew what that meant. She wanted Ethan to feel outnumbered. She wanted me to feel supported. I agreed because it made me feel safe. The restaurant had a long table and bright lights. The kind of place where people spoke loudly and called it love. My mother arrived first and hugged me like I was the wounded one. She asked where Ethan was. I said he was coming, but he had been difficult. My sister Tara raised her eyebrows and asked what I meant. I said he had left me at my work party. Tara said he left because I told him to. I stared at her. I said she did not know the full story. Ethan arrived with the kids and greeted everyone calmly. He shook my father's hand. He said hello to my mother. He helped Mila into her chair. My mother asked him, in a sweet voice, why he embarrassed me at the party. Ethan said he did not mean to embarrass anyone. He said he left quietly because he was asked to. My mother said a real husband would stay and support his wife. Ethan said support went both ways. I jumped in fast. I said Ethan was making it about his pride. I said he always needed to be centered. I said I needed one night for my career and he punished me. Ethan looked at me and asked if that was my final version of the story. I said it was the truth. He said he understood. That word again. Understood. It sounded like a door closing. Tara asked if we could talk privately later. I said we were fine. I smiled too hard and kept eating. My mother told Ethan he should apologize to me in front of everyone. Ethan said he was sorry the night went badly for the kids. My mother said the kids were not the point. Ethan said the kids were always the point. Graham started to play with his fork. Mila asked Ethan if he would read to her later. Ethan said yes. Mila asked if I would read too. I said I would try. Mila nodded but did not look sure. That small doubt felt like a judgment. After dinner, my mother pulled me aside near the entrance. She said Ethan was trying to control me with silence. She said I should not give in. She said men did that when they knew they were losing. I told her she was right. I needed her to be right. If she was right, then I was not wrong. In the parking lot, Ethan put the kids into the car without speaking to me. I asked why he was acting like a stranger. He said he was keeping it calm. I said he was being cold. He said he was being careful. At home, the guest bed looked slightly disturbed, like someone had slept there again. Ethan walked past me and went to the hallway closet. I heard a soft click, like a lock. I stepped closer and asked what he was locking. He said he was organizing important items. I asked what items. He said household items. I watched him set his phone on the counter. The screen lit up for a second, and I saw a thread name that said follow up. He turned the phone over. I asked who he was following up with. He said he was handling practical things. I asked if he was talking to someone about me. He said he was talking to people about the kids. That night, when the house was quiet, I heard a soft beep from the hall. It sounded like an app starting, then stopping. I opened the bedroom door and looked out. Ethan stood by the laundry room, his face unreadable. He asked if I needed something. I said I thought I heard a noise. He said it was just his phone. I went back to bed and stared at the ceiling. I told myself he was trying to scare me. I told myself he was recording me to make me look bad. I told myself that proved he was the villain. Then my phone buzzed again. A coworker had shared another angle of the party video. In it, you could hear my voice clearly, as I told Ethan to stop hovering and act like we were not together. My stomach dropped, but my mind did what it always did. I told myself people would not focus on that part. I told myself I could still control the story if I spoke first. The next morning, I did what I always did when my story started cracking. I got louder. I posted a smiling photo of me and the kids from months ago, like proof that I was a good wife. I added a caption about strong women and hard seasons. I knew people would read between the lines. I wanted them to. At work, I walked in like I owned the place. Cassie met me by the coffee machine and asked if I saw the second party clip. I said yes, and I said it proved Ethan was dramatic. Cassie asked if people were talking. I said they were, but they were on my side. I did not know if that was true yet. I said it anyway, because saying it first made it feel real. A coworker asked if Ethan was okay. I said he was fine, just sensitive. I said he took everything personally. I said he did not understand how work events functioned. I said I asked him for space like any normal person would. I did not say I asked him to pretend we were not together. I kept changing the words until they sounded harmless. Noah messaged around lunchtime. He asked if I was okay. I said I was stressed because Ethan was acting cold. Noah said maybe Ethan needed a wake-up call. He said men like Ethan only learned when they lost control. I liked reading that. It made me feel like I was teaching a lesson, not breaking a home. That afternoon, HR emailed me about workplace boundaries. The subject line was polite, but it made my skin crawl. The email said a clip from the party had circulated, and they wanted to remind everyone about conduct. It did not name me, but it might as well have. I told myself Ethan must have sent it. I told myself he wanted to hurt my career. That thought made me furious, and also relieved, because it gave me someone to blame. When I got home, Ethan was in the living room with a notebook open, not his phone. The kids were coloring at the coffee table. The TV was off. Everything felt controlled, like a waiting room. Ethan asked if we could talk after the kids went to bed. I said sure, and I made my voice sweet. I thought sweetness would make him soften. Ethan did not soften. He just nodded once and kept watching Graham explain a drawing. After bedtime, I found Ethan in the kitchen. The counter was clean. 2 mugs sat on opposite sides like boundaries. He asked if I noticed how often the kids asked who would be home. I said kids ask questions. He asked if I noticed how Mila grabbed his hand now. I said she was clingy lately. He said she was scared. I felt my throat tighten, but I pushed it down. I said he was scaring her by sleeping in the guest room. He said he slept there because he needed calm. I said calm was just another way to punish me. He asked why everything had to be a punishment. I said because he always played victim. He asked me directly if I had been faithful. I laughed, then stopped laughing when I saw his eyes. I said he was obsessed. I said he was insecure. I said he should talk to a therapist if he had trust issues. He asked again, quiet. I said he was asking like a prosecutor. I said marriage was not a courtroom. He looked at the wall calendar. I followed his eyes and saw a reminder written in his neat handwriting, a place name and a time, like Cedar 10:30 a.m. I asked what that meant. He said it was an appointment. I asked for what. He said personal. I told him he was hiding things now. He said he was not hiding. He said he was protecting the kids from chaos. I said I was not chaos. He asked why my story changed depending on who listened. I said he was twisting my words again. I tried a new angle. I said I felt neglected. I said he stopped making me feel wanted. I said a woman can only take so much loneliness. I said I was trying to feel alive. Ethan listened without interrupting. That made me talk more. I said he was lucky I still came home. I said he should be grateful I did not leave like other women would. Ethan asked if that was supposed to comfort him. I said it was honesty. He said honesty would include answering his question. I said his question was unfair. I said the real issue was that he embarrassed me by being needy. Ethan did not raise his voice. He did not call me names. He asked if I remembered what I said at the party, in front of co-workers. I said I remembered asking for space. He said I told him to pretend we were not together. I said it was a figure of speech. He said it was clear enough for the whole room. I told him the video was edited. He asked why I was lying when the sound matched my mouth. I said he was enjoying this. He said he was not enjoying anything. Then he did something that scared me more than yelling. He slid a small stack of printed pages into a plain folder and closed it. He did not show me the pages. He just closed them, like he was done discussing feelings. He opened a drawer, and I heard a shredder hum somewhere else in the house, low and steady, like a machine eating noise. I imagined him destroying proof of his own faults. I did not know what he was shredding, but my mind made it into a threat. I followed him to the stair landing and asked where he was going. He said he was going to check on the kids. I said he was avoiding me. He said he was choosing peace. I said he was trying to make me look like a bad mother. He asked how he could make me look like anything when my words did it for him. I said he was cruel. He said he was done being pulled into public games. I tried to flip the fear back onto him. I said if he kept treating me like this, I would tell people he was controlling. I said people already believed me. Ethan paused. He looked at me like he was deciding how much to say. He asked me to think about the next few weeks and what the kids needed. I said the kids needed both parents. He said yes, and he said that was why he would handle things properly from now on. The word properly hit like cold water. I asked what that meant. He said it meant no more arguments, no more rumors, no more scenes. He said it meant schedules, boundaries, and facts. I laughed and said he was acting like a robot. He said maybe that was the only way to survive me. I went to our bedroom and slammed a drawer hard enough to make a point. Ethan did not follow. I wanted him to follow. I wanted him to demand that I stay. Instead, I heard his footsteps move away, slow and controlled. A few minutes later, my phone buzzed. It was Noah asking if I wanted to come out for a drink and clear my head. I stared at the message and felt my pride push me forward. I told myself Ethan's properly was just a bluff. I told myself he could not do anything without me. Down the hall, a door closed softly, not angry, and for the first time, the quiet did not feel like weakness. It felt like a plan. I walked into the bright lobby like I was going to win something. I wore makeup and a calm face, because I believed calm made me innocent. Ethan was already there, standing near a bench with his hands empty. He looked clean and quiet, like he slept well, and that made me hate him. I asked why he chose this place. He said it was public and simple. I said he was trying to shame me. He said he was trying to keep it lawful and clear. Janet Hale was there too, holding Mila's little backpack. Richard stood a few steps away, not staring, just present. Tara came in late and stopped when she saw them. She looked at me like she did not know where to stand anymore. I asked Ethan if we could talk alone. He said we could talk later, but today was for process. I told him he was being dramatic. He said he was being proper, the same word he used on the stair landing. A woman in a plain blazer walked up and checked a clipboard. She asked for my full name. I gave it with a smile that felt thin. She asked me to confirm my address. I confirmed it, then asked who she was. She said she was serving me documents. I laughed like it was a joke. I said Ethan was really doing this over a party. Ethan said it was not one party, and he did not raise his voice. He said it was a pattern, and he said he had proof. The woman handed me a packet and asked me to sign that I received it. I said I did not have to sign anything. She said signing only confirmed delivery, not agreement. I looked around and noticed a few people waiting for elevators, watching like I was a scene. I told Ethan he was ruining our family. He said I ruined trust first. I said he pushed me away for years. He said the papers were not feelings, they were boundaries. I flipped the first page and saw our names at the top. I saw the words about a temporary parenting schedule and a temporary financial order. I said this was unfair. Ethan said it was standard and meant to protect the kids and the home while things move forward. Janet stepped closer and asked for Mila's handoff time. Ethan answered calmly, like he was reading a plan he already practiced. Tara whispered my name like a warning, but I did not look at her. I told Ethan he could not do this without talking it through. He said he already tried talking, and I used it as a game. I said he was pretending to be the victim. He said he was done performing. The woman pointed to the line that said effective immediately, and my stomach dropped as Ethan turned, walked out, and the automatic doors closed behind him.